Oh, Shelvin, it's freezing outside. So tell me, I would love to do a roast tonight. Slow and slow, because it's perfect weather for that. What do we have as options?
Oh, definitely came to the right place.
Woohoo!
We've got everything from lamb, nice neck, shank, good lamb leg,
Ooh,
to
yum.
pork belly. Then we've got our beef options of sirloin, ribeye, and a nice stew.
Oh, fantastic. I see we've got lamb neck and sliced neck. So I know you're not just our butcher, you also have some kitchen experience. Explain to me what is the difference and why we have both.
We've gone for the sliced lamb neck because it's easy for a nice stew. And then for a big braising cut, we've gone for the just cut in half, nice pick off the bone, throw into a wrap or something.
Oh, that's delicious. I look at all this meaty yumminess. So this would be what my daughter calls sagte vleisies.
Lekkerste.
Mama calls sagte vleisies, eh? And this would be, I'm entertaining and I want to serve half a neck per person and
Yes,
look all
that's-
fancy. And then I've got a question. What would you pair with this? What's your favorite way to cook the lamb?
Lamb, obviously, I like to go with the big garlic, thyme, rosemary, classical flavors. Just to bring out the nice nice flavors from that
Yes.
part, not overpowering any of the meat.
Oh, fantastic. I did a recipe for winter that is online at the moment with our half lamb necks that I braised with our olives. And it was beautiful to just, that olives brings out that umami saltiness and it pairs very well with the fattiness of the lamb. So have a look online. The recipe is there if you want to try it and let us know what it tastes like. And then you've got a leg of lamb, which is always a good Sunday roast.
Yes.
I love it with lots of lemon juice, and especially if you pack potatoes at the bottom, then the potatoes suck up all that lemony goodness. So yes, another option if you'd like. And then there's a meal solution coming soon in our meal kits section on our online shop. That it's almost like a Moroccan lamb tagine that the butchers provided lamb shoulder, and I love braising lamb shoulder because it has a little bit of, it doesn't go dry as quickly, so it pulls beautifully with that cinnamon. And then I use dates because our dates is in season, and it's soft and chewy, and then almonds, and the almond soaks up all that juices, and when you bite it, it's like this bubble of crispy, not crispy, but crunchiness, but with its cinnamony sweetness, which is fantastic. So have a look out for that. And then pork belly.
Pork belly.
So pork belly is such a difficult thing because a lot of people are quite scared of it. They feel they never get the crackling right. So what would your top tips for belly be?
Obviously, you do need a nice balance between the fat and the meat of the belly itself. And then, like you said, crackling wise, put it in the oven. For me, I put it in the oven first on a high heat, just with some nice salt and lemon.
Yes.
Get that bit of crackling, about 200 for about 10 minutes, and then low and slow for about an hour or two.
And because crackling, I know, how far apart do you score the skin?
Me personally, I do it very small.
Yes, I love it too.
Obviously, you need a sharp knife. Just cross this way and across that way to get this nice score.
And you do need to cut through the skin though.
Yes.
So that it does penetrate. Because I think the other thing with crackling as well is you want to render out some of that fat, but the skin should always stay dry. So I always use a little bit of cider, like our beautiful newt cider goes very well with our pork belly. A little bit of cider at the bottom, or we've got fennel at the moment that's really good as well, and ginger. And then, but just make sure that it doesn't touch the skin, because as soon as the skin touches, then it doesn't crackle as properly as, because I love crackling. Like pork belly is one of our staples in our household. And so the crackling is very important. Yes. And then do you put generous amounts of salt in it?
Salt just on top, probably just for the skin side.
Yes.
Just to get that helps with drying it out the skin.
Yeah, because salt is hygroscopic, right? Yeah. So salt it absorbs, or it takes the moisture out. And then I actually one of the other recipes for winter slow roast is a pork belly that we butterflied open and then, or we filled with, do you have the citrus and herb spice here?
The citrus and herb spice, yes, we do.
Oh, fantastic. So I used the citrus and herb spice rub, which is a beautiful blend of citrus and fresh herbs, well, dried, and then some salt and other spices. And it goes beautifully with the pork belly, especially I added some honey and a little bit of orange juice, and then I rubbed the meat part of it. And then we tied it up with string, and then we roasted it like that, and that was delicious as well. And then on the beef side, what do we have for beef?
For beef, we've got our shin. At the moment, we've got shin. We also use chuck, but that's just for our classical stewing cut.
Oh, wow.
We got a sirloin roast.
Oh, nice.
And a ribeye roast.
So, another question I have. You've been a butcher a while. When I'm selecting my meat, what do I look at in terms of color, aging, fat? What is important?
So as you can see, that's a nice deep red color
Oh, it is
from our
beautiful.
shin. We do age our shin a bit. So it's aged for about 14 days and then sliced that you can use as a stew.
Yes.
For the fresher cuts, as you can see, or not fresher roast as I would say, quicker roast.
Yes, quicker roast.
Quicker roast.
That's actually what I love. Like you can go low and slow
Yes.
with the stewing meat, or if you still want a hearty piece of meat, you can do the whole roast, the ribeye or the sirloin.
Yes,
so it's
that's
still a
correct.
roast, but it's not going to take you 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is your favorite way to serve a roast?
You need a lot of gravy for me.
So you're almost the English version with Yorkshire puddings and roast potatoes.
Yes. I've gotten quite familiar working in kitchens with the Yorkshire puddings and
I love a
the
Yorkshire
nice,
pudding.
full-on roast and gravies. That's for me, typical roast.
And I have a quick question. You take the rope off, or the
string, yes.
And then you sear it in a hot pan.
Yes.
Season it well.
Season well. Depending on, like, if you can also, like we do with the pork belly, score it a bit. And that
Yes.
also helps rendering out the fat. And then once you sear it off nicely, you're going to get a nice round, crispy fat.
Okay.
Pop it in the oven. Like I say, it's a quick roast. That's going to take about, half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Easy, depending on how
Fantastic.
well
So
done you want.
you would still score it and then render the fat out on a low heat,
Yes,
and then you
yes.
turn it up so that it
I
goes
do like
crispy and
rendering
brown.
out the fat because you do get that nice crispy brownness
Yes, you want
afterwards.
that deliciousness. So, what is your favorite? If your mom, that little bit of nostalgic, slow roast, winter comfort food. What's that memory for you?
Winter slow roast. I always go back to a leg of lamb.
That's a beautiful leg of lamb. I'm not going to lie.
I grew up with a pot roast, more pot roast style, and not in the oven. So that's how my mom used to do it. Just pop it in the pot, nice with all its accompaniments, nice roast veggies, potatoes and carrots and all of that. That's always my comfort food.
Oh, lekker. So if you have any questions, let us know. Shelvin will be more than ready to answer them. Otherwise, pop online, shop.babylonstoren.com for more options in terms of, there should be some recipes, so have a look and let us know what's your favorite way to roast in this beautiful winter weather.